Hello, everyone. My name is Stanley St. Rose, and today we're going to be talking about Chief Logan's speech from Notes on the State of Virginia. This is by Thomas Jefferson. Now, before I go into summary analysis of this work, please remember to leave a like, subscribe, and/or comment so that the channel can continue to grow. So, this is a very interesting work by Thomas Jefferson here. Chief Logan's speech is very interesting. Basically, what happens is Chief Logan, he's an Native American chief. His family are slaughtered. He blames Colonel Cressup for coming in, killing his wife, his pregnant sister, and other Indians, and leaving nobody in his family alive. Now, the account of this, no one truly knows which colonel, which general, which American settler or European settler killed all his family, and nobody's really held accountable. And so Chief Logan, he was known before this as a man who thought about treaties, a man who thought about peace. Logan was known as, the white man's Indian. He wasn't getting into conflicts. He wasn't, causing up trouble. He wasn't doing anything like that. But after his family gets slaughtered, he writes this speech. He gives this speech, this account of how he was a peaceful man, how he was a man that wasn't trying to hurt anybody. He wasn't trying to hurt anybody. But because of this, this type of pain, his family being attacked, his family being slaughtered, he goes out on a rampage and, he kills all the white people he can. He basically just tells in this speech that, he was a man that he would feed any white individual that came into his house, he would clothe them. He would keep them company. He would be the Indian of hospitality. But after his family are slaughtered, he blames Colonel Cressup. Some people say Cressup had nothing to do with it. Some people say he did. But he just goes on this rampage and he just starts killing settlers. And so Colonel Cressup is made captain, and basically they go out to war. And of course, we know that the Indians this is just not their era. Okay, so then this is not their era. Later, the Chief Logan dies because of the dispute with a nephew of his. But he says he gets his revenge because he does go on a rampage and he kills a lot of white people, just for revenge. And then, the settlers had to band together, go to war, and kill a lot of Indians. So for that, when we think about it, when we look at the 1700s, we look at I guess we can say some of the 1800s, the 1700s, the 1600s. When we look at these time periods within the Americas, there's a lot of bloodshed, and this is another account of revenge where settlers come in and for some reason or another they kill a lot of Indians. Indians get angry because they've lost wives, daughters, sons, family members. They want revenge for their family, and so they go out and kill as many white settlers as they can for revenge. So this is a time period where it's white Europeans versus the Indians, and anything could take anything off, and then you have a war. So that's pretty much what happens. That's what occurs within this work. And Chief Logan says he's not afraid of anyone, but he said he's his bloodlust for revenge in other ways satisfied by him going out to kill as many people as he can for what happened to him, losing all of his family. And Thomas Jefferson, he gives this account of the speech by Chief Logan to kind of like talk about how sophisticated and brilliant that Indians were, that they weren't just a bunch of savages running around in the wilderness, that they were articulate, that they were that they were as complex as the Europeans. So it's a very fascinating narrative, a very fascinating speech within these notes by Thomas Jefferson. In terms of deeper meaning, in terms of analysis here, that's what we get. We get a deeper look at these communities of Indians and how they react to European settlers and their actions. It's also well, the brutality of the horror at that time where people went to war for any given reason. Now, I'm not saying that Chief Logan didn't have cause for revenge. I mean, there's really no true account, or we don't really have a really fundamental account of who started what. Because again, we don't know if it was Cressup. We don't know if it was some other general, colonel, or whoever it was. I mean, we don't know. Because at this time, at any time, Indian could come against Indian, tribe could come against tribe, settlers are attacking. It's kind of crazy to know who's allies with who, because some Indian tribes would ally with some whites and some wouldn't. Um, because the Indians and their tribes, they were all not all on the same page. The Indians weren't one nation facing off against the Europeans. It was pretty much tribes deciding what they want to do. It was on a tribe to tribe basis. So some tribes had alliances with some pockets of settlers, and some tribes didn't. And so it was a time of unknowns. But Chief Logan here, he's proud of it. He's like, this happened to my family, and so I want revenge, and so I kill as many people as I can, and this is why I did it. So very chilling, very brutal. But that's Chief Logan's speech. Please remember to leave a like, subscribe, and or comment, and I'll see you guys in the next video.